Welcome to this edition of FCSI on Tap, presented by FCSI The Americas. I'm Wade Kaler, Executive Director. On Tap this week is someone I absolutely love following on social media feeds with her and her company, and her company's karaoke competitions. If you haven't watched them, you'll have to get involved afterwards and pay attention. Please welcome the Senior Principal of ATK Design Studios, Miss Teri Kidwell. Teri, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Excited to be here.
Absolutely. No, it's absolutely my pleasure to have you. I'm so looking forward to this. I know we've passed a few times, but really haven't gotten to know each other very well. So these are all about just relaxing and kind of getting to know each other better and letting the FCSI community and the public know a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about your background. Where did you get your start? Do you have any certain special segments or specialties that you work on in your firm?
Those are a lot of questions, Wade.
I know.
So how I got my start in food service. So really I was designing residential kitchens for a couple years prior to being in commercial kitchens, but I didn't like the sales process. I didn't like selling residential kitchens. So I went back to the tech school that I attended, and they have a placement office. Okay. And I said, I think I might want to try restaurant design. So I was placed with my previous employer, and it was absolutely nothing at all what I thought food service design was. And actually working for a small business, I got to work on projects from A to Z. So as soon as I started, I think I was designing a cafe for Abercrombie and Fitch. Well, that was crazy to me to be, designing a corporate cafeteria. So I realized that I came to love the technical aspect of it, and the residential experience helped with that because, you have these pieces to fit into this little puzzle. And sometimes they're little kitchens, even in corporate dining. So I just realized that I really loved that technical aspect. But, fast forward 18 years, working with the employer, I saw things changing in the industry. There's a lot of technology advancement. There were things that I saw that I wanted to try, and recognizing those changes or implementation of those. Mm-hmm. And I knew that, I couldn't ask my previous employer to take that risk. It was something that I wanted to try to do. So, I went out and I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to implement these ideas, I need to take on that responsibility and that risk. So I started ATK Design Studios. Nice. October of 2016. So nice. We're 4 years in and I'm loving it. And I actually like the sales process now. So
really, you're one of the few. You're one of the deranged few that actually likes the sales process. I understand completely.
I know. I
have a newfound respect now for you. So you've surrounded yourself obviously with a great team. Some of the things I've seen on Facebook and stuff is very fun. You guys definitely seem to celebrate being together. Your October celebration of this past year, it was Get to Know Your Employees Week.
Yes.
What made you decide as a firm to focus on a full week for an employee? Usually you get lucky if you get a day or a month, So what made you decide a whole week to kind of let that person take over social media?
Well, I wanted to showcase everyone's personality, and we're a very collaborative bunch. And as if you were following us, you see how much we're part of each other's lives, both in the office and out of the office. Yeah. We just really wanted to capture that. And I let my team take over that. And I said, I want to fill the whole week. So if you have things you want to share, we'll showcase it. If not, I'll throw in some quotes. Yeah. And they all, jumped on and really embraced it and really wanted to tell everyone about themselves and who they are and being part of this business as well. So it was fun.
And they did a great job. Seriously, it was fun. It was fun to watch. Follow up to that is, in your opinion now, and I won't hold you to everybody else, but who's the best karaoke singer in the office?
It's probably Amy. She's the karaoke. Yeah.
Okay. Karaoke, kudos to Amy then. We'll let her have that, I suppose.
Okay.
So when you're coming, you said you started from the residential and now you're in the commercial. What's your method of madness with working when you get into a new project? So you've just got the new client, you've loved the sales part of it, so now you've hooked your client. What's the first thing? What's the method you go through to get that onboarding that client with ATK?
So we really just, embrace their culture. We just really try to get in there and understand who they are, as a company themselves. So that we can provide them with exactly what they're looking for. Because ultimately, it's their space. It's not our space. Right. So it's not our design. It's theirs that comes out of their conversations with us and their goals and their direction. We just put it on paper.
That's so true, isn't it? They're the ones working in it every day. You get to one and done and hope that it works for them too. So.
Right, absolutely. And every job's different. So that's what's always fun too. That's why I love this industry. It's
right. I completely agree. What's your favorite project you've worked on so far? And let's keep it to the ones that since you've started your own firm. So in the last 4 years, what's your favorite?
Yeah, that's hard to, because we do get to work on so many different ones. But I love working on projects. We have a lot of clients, high clientele. So we get to design for Amazon. We get to design for the Culinary Institute of America.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, one of my favorite projects is a government job that when we went to the interview, we were never there. So I always...
Congratulations, you got a project that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Yeah, it's hard to put on a resume. I have a whole bunch of, do not exist and NDAs. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, the best project I ever did is one that I don't know that I ever did.
I don't think I was ever there.
And I was never there to do it, so it was great.
Right.
What's been your greatest influence in your professional life then? Whether it's a person or a method or whatever it might be, what's your greatest influence in life?
Always changing, always growing. That's our motto around here. Like nothing stays the same. Don't get used to it. Yeah. Just learning and growing. We just keep doing that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. What's the old saying? If you're not growing, you're dying type thing.
Right.
So especially for food service consultants, in all the years that I've known so many of you, it really is one of those where you're always chasing the next sale, chasing the next client. So you've always got to be growing, or else it will come up on you quickly that you don't have any clients. So,
right, exactly.
What's one thing that no one would ever guess about you? Like what's some secret, some special talent? What's something that nobody would ever guess?
I'm not too bad at golf. I don't know if that's a secret talent or not, but a lot of people don't know I golf. So maybe that's it.
Well, that's I as a golfer myself, and not too good of one, decent but not too good. I would say that's a special talent, because I've played with enough people that are much better than I am, but I've also played with people that are much worse than I am. So I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's a mental game too.
So as a consultant, you're always learning from every client. You're learning from every project you do. And you're learning from yourself as you get through, whether it's working for someone else, working for yourself. Tell me about your biggest or greatest screw up you've done in your life that you learned from, and what did you learn from that?
I feel like sometimes I should have started the business a little earlier than I did. Okay. I was just afraid. Yeah. So it was just that fear thing of going out on my own. So it wasn't really a screw up. It is something that I wish I would have done sooner.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely love it. So.
Well, it's a big step. I agree 100%. And it's not for everybody.
Right.
I can completely relate. Owning the management company that manages FCSI, as a small business owner myself, it was a giant leap for me to do it as well. And it is difficult at times. And there are times, no matter how much success you're having or how much failure you're having or whatever it might be, there's always those times where you're going through and going, what did I get myself into? Why did I do this? And then the next day you have a great day and you're like, oh, this is exactly why I do it.
Exactly. It's a lot of learning going into it. So
if you're talking to a group of college students right now, what's the one piece of advice you give to anyone that's thinking of becoming a food service consultant?
You're not taught any of this in school. So
congratulations, you're done. Now forget everything you've just learned.
Yes. Yeah. We actually took on 2 interns this summer, which was fun. And they're like, we don't even know, like they couldn't even comprehend what we were doing because they're just not taught this level or this technicality in school. So it's really an apprenticeship. Food service design is really an apprenticeship, that it's something that you have to keep an open mind on, willing to understand that you don't know anything. that it is a niche market, but it's very rewarding, and it's an extremely cool profession.
It's a great industry, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
It doesn't matter, and I've had many conversations with people over the years about the hospitality industry, and it doesn't matter what part you're in it. You've always got a friend everywhere you go. And front of the house, back of the house, it doesn't really matter. Everybody kind of understands each other's pains. So it's one of those industries that once you get into it, and if you love it, you'll love it forever. And you can never, as most people and probably yourself would say, you can never get away from it either. So
no, you can't. And no, you can't.
But that being said, if you weren't in the food service industry, what do you think you'd be doing?
I don't know.
No, this is it. You love it so much. This is all you can think of. That's great.
I do, because it's just so unique. You get to work with so many different people, so many different clients. Like I mentioned before, everybody's different. And, when I was considering, starting the company, I had thought about my options. Okay, well, I could go work for someone. I could go work for an architect, try interior design, but it didn't, it's a reward. I'm sure that's a rewarding industry, but to me, you get to do it all. You get to play a little bit of architect, a little bit of, engineer, a little bit of designer, interior designer. You get to play so many different roles in the design of a building. It's incredible. And
you never get bored, because when you're done with that client, the next one's right around the corner, or it's already started and it's starting from scratch all over again.
That's right. So I don't have a plan B. I didn't have a plan B. That's what I want to do.
I'm very glad then that plan A is working out for you. So that's very good to hear. Well, that's all the questions I've got for today. Before we get done, though, I'd like to end everything with a little bit of a lighthearted session. So what I'd like to do real quick, if with your permission, would be to go through a set of questions of would you rather. I've got a few of them here, and we'll just have some fun and see where Teri falls into line with these. So, would you rather be covered in snakes or bees?
Oh, both freak me out. So, bees.
Bees. Would you rather be able to sing or be able to dance?
Sing.
Sing, okay. Would you rather own a restaurant or own a dollar store?
A restaurant.
Would you rather give up TV for a year or give up the internet for a year?
TV.
Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere in the world or be able to read minds?
Teleport anywhere in the world.
Would you rather have all the traffic lights you approach turn green or never have to stand in line again?
Oh, I hate standing in line.
Everybody cringes when I ask that question. Would you rather see your future or fix your past?
Ooh, that's a good one. See my future.
See your future. Would you rather have unlimited first-class plane tickets or never have to pay for food in restaurants again?
Unlimited first-class tickets. Okay.
Would you rather be able to use a fork and no spoon or be able to use a spoon and no fork ever again?
Fork and no spoon.
Okay. That's it. That's what I've got for you today. Before we let you go, though, is there anything you want to promote or any last words for people on our viewers?
Just ATK Design Studios is the name of the company. We design everything, pretty much anything that requires a health department, permit. So
Perfect.
Corporate,
Perfect.
Healthcare, senior living,
Perfect.
Government.
Great. Well, Teri, even the ones that don't exist, right?
Right, even the ones that don't exist.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Teri, so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time. It was a lot of fun getting to know you, and I look forward to seeing you at another event here very soon.
Well, thank you so much.
That wraps up another edition of On Tap with FCSI. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to help us spread the word, like and share and subscribe to this channel. Check back next week when we talk to our next FCSI consultant member. And until then, cheers.